This is the Arena Sports Show where we tell all things sports related. We give you a little bit of insight and of course sometimes we try to be just a tad funny. But today's episode is special. Special because, well, we're going back in time, right? And we're going back in time. I'll get to show you who we have alongside us. But before we get to that, we do know that it is a big weekend in Kyalami this coming weekend, of course, as we have the SA Festival motoring. It is a big auto show, so you definitely want to be there. So the founder of Motorzar TV, Lufefe Maegiso, will be joining us just to preview and really look what you can anticipate. And really a family affair that you can bring your kids, you can bring your girlfriend, and as a former footballer once said, your wife and your girlfriend, I think. So you can try and do something along those lines. But, well, we say going back in time, well, guess who's back?
Back again.
Oh, my team's letting me down here. But Sizwe Mabena is back, and good to have him alongside us. Binzel.
Good to be back. It's been too long, yeah?
It's been way too long.
Way too
like
long.
a year.
I thought maybe it was 6 months, maybe 8, but a year. Yeah, if you say so.
Yeah, no, I will go with a year.
Yeah.
Fluff.
Well, go on.
Good to have you with us. Also been a while. So clearly we're doing a little bit of reminiscing, but of course still looking forward to what's happening and what's coming up. How are you doing?
Good, and you?
Oh, fantastic. Thank you for asking.
Thank you for having me.
So we'll get to talk, of course, all things Kyalami and also find out, of course, what's been happening in the world of football. The influencer is here. We'll get, of course, to then switch it up when we talk all things football, and he will be joining us and our football guest. But for now, let's quickly find out what's in your top stories.
Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus has picked a squad of tried and tested campaigners who featured in the opening 2 rugby championship matches against Australia for their tour to New Zealand. Former Proteas women captain and all-rounder Diana van Niekerk has come out of retirement and has been named in the extended national team training camp in Durban to start preparations for the World Cup. Thank you for allowing me to be your golden girl. Olympian Tatiana Smith reaffirms she is not coming out of retirement.
I think Mr. Click Click just gave us his best voiceover. You missed us, didn't you?
Yeah, it's been
I could feel that. But with a lot happening in the world of sport, we always, of course, make it a bit difficult to try and then choose that one star that has impressed us. That is, of course, one of my favorite features on the show, Star of the Week. I'll go first. I would have loved to start with you guys, but I'm going to go first in case they steal my Star of the Week. Mine is Sipho China, who is, of course, the goalkeeper of Orlando Pirates after incredible performance over the weekend.
3 saved penalties.
Bravo!
Yeah.
Like,
No,
and
that's
against Mamelodi Sundowns, like, that even goes more impressive. Doesn't get better than that. And against number 1's South African goalkeeper on the other side.
And the crazy thing about it is a few years ago, in the final of the MTN8, he also saved 3 penalties and was a hero then. So he goes and saves another 3 now in the semi-finals, and what a performance.
I think he loves playing against Mamelodi Sundowns. He really does.
Player,
yeah, no, he is. And you need that. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. Dase?
Yes.
Who's your Star of the Week?
Eberechi Eze, even though he hasn't kicked the ball yet for Arsenal. I think he has brought a vibe we haven't seen maybe since we signed Aubameyang in 2019, 18 years.
And he's got a beautiful story as well, which makes it extra special. Yeah,
it's been a lifelong dream for him to play for Arsenal.
Because he went through his entire youth going for trials, club by club by club by club, and was getting bounced by all these clubs until Crystal Palace actually took him up. Because injuries and size was an issue apparently. And what a service he gave them before he left, Remember in his opening game, he stands there on his own, he's almost waving goodbye, and people were wondering, is this cheers and not? And in the end, Arsenal signed him. What a signing.
And I like the arrogance he has on the field of play. You always want a player to have a bit of confidence, so he has that. You guys need that. So it's going to be great and a proper number 10. All right.
Number 10 is Ozil,
well, since Smith Rowe. But
no, I mean proper number 10. Proper, like Chloe said, proper number 10.
Facts.
Mabena, who's your Star of the Week?
16-year-old of Nigerian descent. Has got a Nigerian passport and an English passport. Best match of the season so far anywhere in the world. Newcastle against Liverpool a couple of days ago. And here's what's crazy.
Night.
When this comes out, it'll be a couple of days ago. But here's the thing, though. 10-men Newcastle come from 2 down
Yeah.
to make it 2-2. They look like they're going to go on and make it 3-2. Then a young man comes on for his first ever professional game.
For sure.
Plays only 1 minute. So he was only supposed to come on there to waste time and the game ends, right?
Yeah.
1 minute. Scores in his only minute of professional football, the winner. And his name is Rio Ngumoha, 16-year-old. Star in the making.
Lufefe,
Yes.
SA Festival Motoring, talk to us about it. Perhaps let's start by educating, of course, some of our viewers as well as to what it's all about and what we can anticipate.
Okay, SA Festival of Motoring is the biggest motoring show on the continent. It started under a different banner around 2012, but changed ownership to Messe Frankfurt, which is a company from 800-year-old company from Germany. So they took over and they've just been building it from around 2016, 17, I think. I first attended in 2018 and I was actually on crutches. This is the funny story. But I was like,
insane.
I'm definitely going to go there doing hot laps.
I've done it too, by the way, funny enough.
Yes, I remember 2023.
Yeah.
Yes, you Olympics. So, I mean, it's the passion that drives us.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a lot of entertainment there. They've got go-karts, drifters, fast cars around the track, the iconic Kailami Grand Prix circuit. It's happening this weekend from the 29th to the 31st of August.
Yeah.
We are selling tickets. If you go to our social media and use our code MOTOZA, FOM, you could win something a little special there. So that's basically it in long and short.
So you say moto show. Quickly, explain the show part for those that are not understanding. And since it's Kailami, is there going to be a race as well?
Well, when I say motor show, there's going to be some supercars
exhibition.
on display.
Yeah,
Exhibition,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the correct word.
Yeah.
It's actually an exhibition
Sure.
show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Are you patting yourself on the back right now? Oh, you're terrible, Sizwe Mabena.
That was a question.
So
Yeah.
the exhibitors within the automotive space,
Yeah.
you got your Castrol's, your BP's, your Liquimolis, lots of different brands will be exhibiting
Yeah.
new products and services that they
sure.
offer. There's a lot of car manufacturers who will be showing their new models.
Yeah.
Cars are ranging from entry-level starter pack nyana up to even a Ferrari, Lamborghini. There's no
Classics?
limits.
And
Classics
classics as well?
they've got as well. BMW Motorsport Club will also be there with, Batmobile 635 CSI.
He loves the
cars like that.
Batmobile. Yeah.
I'm a huge BMW fan as well. So there's something for everyone. They said what do you call that big wheel that goes around? Merry-go-round.
Yeah.
Apparently they're putting up one as well this year.
nice.
So it's a proper
So
family
something
day,
for
yeah?
the kids as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
How popular is it? You said it's been going since 2012.
Yeah,
How much does it
I
grow?
mean, last year I think they had about 28,000 people attend over the course of the weekend. So it's around 13,000 per day.
Per day.
And from what I hear, Saturday is already sold out.
So those that want to
So
get
it's
involved.
quite popular if you know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our aim is to bring it to the people that aren't aware of it.
For sure. And then there's also, of course, one of my favorite drivers, Simpiwe. Talk to us about her involvement and really her journey briefly. And I know he could talk about Simpiwe for an hour right now, but I mean, talk to us about what she's achieved in her career and really what we can expect from her this weekend.
So Simpiwe Mhlahlo is a 27-year-old lady who actually started racing last year. I think
Only?
this is month number 13 or 14 that she's been racing. She's racing in 3 different categories right now. She's been signed with Invest Chemicals, who are a main sponsor. She races under the MSA4, which is the South African version of Formula 4.
For sure.
And then there's a third series, I can't remember offhand what it's called, but she did go-karting for 4 months and then had to graduate into single-seaters because she's that good. And right now, I think she's second in the championship racing against men who've been racing maybe since age 7 and 8.
Yeah.
And I said men, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chloe's not too late for you.
So
Wait, say that again. Is it too late or not too late?
No, it's not too late.
Not too late.
No,
Okay,
no,
cool.
no.
Yeah.
So she's a super talent. She was a makeup artist for about 7 years before she went into racing.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's
What is she doing?
basically
What is she
her
doing this
story.
weekend?
Oh, this weekend they're
Yes.
going to be. You asked about a race, So she's partnered up with Anastasia Kerasis, another young lady who
She's
races as
phenomenal.
well. She is
Yeah.
phenomenal. So they're going to be displaying these MSA4 cars around the track in a mini race around Kyalami Grand Prix circuit, which I think is fascinating. And with us, she's got a simulator competition that we are running.
Yeah.
So how it works is she's going to set the fastest time on a rig around Kyalami Grand Prix circuit. So if you think you can beat it, as she said, think you can drive, come there, and then you're going to get a fast lap around in a Mustang.
In a Mustang?
As the prize, if
Talk
you
about
manage
classics.
to do it. I don't think anyone is going to beat it, though.
Really?
Just for the record.
Now, you mentioned a German company is heading this.
Yes.
I take it there's a lot of international interests, and going forward in the future, what's it looking internationally? How's it looking internationally?
So, a little birdie told me, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but there's a big expansion plan. So Meze Frankfurt, they do exhibitions, as you have said. So I don't know if you know Hobby X,
No.
Auto Mechanica,
Okay.
Bautica, Aerospace. Those are all their exhibition events. They're more lifestyle orientated and edutainment, creating awareness of what is out there in the world.
For sure.
And there's a plan to expand into other countries as well.
Sounds all too good. So there is, of course, an 11th commandment. Any motoring event that happens at Kyalami, you should never miss it. So definitely don't miss this one. It's going to be quite epic. Quickly, Fluff, if someone is interested in getting tickets, how do they go about with that?
Okay, tickets are available on Xola. We have a promo code, as I said, MOTOZA, F-O-M. If you apply that code, then you're going to get great prizes that you can win. One being like the one with Simpiwe. We've also got Ualakem Doda, who's doing something similar, but for children under 12.
All right.
Yes.
So it definitely is sounding all too good. Bring the kids and, of course, bring everybody. We'd love to have you alongside us. Well, on the flip side, we chat all things football. Well, we did say that we'll be switching it up, and now I'm looking at my bench. I'm absolutely happy, but you know one thing that is certain. Mahlatse Mphahlele, I'm putting him right on the stand. He doesn't even make it to my bench right now, but when I'm looking at my starting players, because you know why, Mahlatse? Ne? Because I've got a 6 there, and I don't know if you will compliment my guy. So I don't know if it'll work, right? So at least a team in that.
10.
You 10.
Surprise Muriri.
Uncle Sean, the first touch.
Surprise Muriri.
You know that man had a proper first touch, right?
It's
Chabisa Ish.
Yeah.
Surprise Muriri. You could have said Bafana, you could have said Zwane, you could have said Rile. No surprise Muriri. No offense to surprise. Great number 10.
Those people you are mentioning come nowhere near Surprise Muriri. They won't even carry his back. They won't even carry his back to training.
Oh,
Zwane as well.
won't carry his
Well,
bag.
Zwane is a different T, but these other young ones are.
Zwane is there.
Yeah, Shika Bala.
No, Shika is there.
The
Yeah,
best
but,
of them.
yeah, but in my view, it's not better. It was not like.
Well, on that season.
Yeah,
Deciding
please,
vote.
Leah, you be the deciding vote.
Yeah, it's difficult one.
Zwane.
Zwane
Surprise if you had
overrated.
to choose.
It's a
Who's
difficult
your
one.
teammate?
It's a difficult one.
I think looking at how I've been and watching football, I'll go with.
I know it's gonna go with
No, I'll
surprise.
go in a hot man.
You know why?
Yeah,
You know why?
Why?
Similar type of players.
Yeah.
You know, they,
hot man is special.
Yeah, no.
Zwane is excellent.
Yeah, top.
He's way above his class, you know. But surprise is something else.
Surprise what?
Yeah.
Could play striker, could play wide, left, right, and
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah.
So I know Clauiee is tired of the story, but for people who doesn't know,
Yeah.
so one day they were training. It was a training session under Gordon Igesant. So you know they break to go drink water,
Yeah.
and then so he kicked the ball up in the air, poof. So the bang of the ball, everybody turned, and the ball went up and it came down, then just tap, tap.
I can never get tired of it. Like,
was
it's
watching,
special.
yeah.
Exactly.
I thought maybe we told the girls or something, but I
Yeah.
just tap, tap.
Come.
Then Coach Gordon said, brr, 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 I'll see you guys tomorrow. Training finished. That's how exceptional that guy was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you needed to watch him at training. Even like guys like Ojo Mabizela, you know, you'll never guide players like that.
You know,
Actually, you know what I'm thinking? Because from your generation then, Xola, because now when we look back, we look at a Wits side that we thought was exciting. So now when you look back in your career and the players that you played alongside, who trained well? Who was impressive at training? Because now we're talking about a surprise, but we don't know your training sessions.
Where though?
Anywhere, be it at Wits, at
Wits, at
Cheaper,
Pirates,
yeah,
and-
at Pirates, anywhere.
I'll start at Cheaper, you know, to be honest. One of the most talented players that I was so fortunate to, I was marveled all the time when I was at training, alongside Lerato, Azek. What a guy to watch. Definitely. It was so sad in the phase that he went through, him going to rehab, but I think he's in the generation of surprise as well, you know.
Yeah.
But at that age, when I got to break in the PSL and I was training alongside him, I definitely realized why he was doing what he was doing while he was at Sundowns, Swallows. He's exceptional, and both feet, you know, left and right. He's ambidextrous. We're running his first. He was just special, and also Mbenyane. A training foot it was worse. It was like a circus, a joke. You can't touch him, you can't win the ball, you can't outrun him, and he's slow.
Yeah.
And he laughs. Magazok Tribula, you know. So I think in my generation, I'll mention those two.
Yeah.
And then because they age above me, and then when I come to my generation, a player that I would say was a marvel to watch, maybe we'll start at Wits. At Wits, it was a lot of hard workers, you know.
Yeah.
But then you question yourself as to say, really, this guy is playing for Kevin Hunt.
Yeah.
Pelembe had a thing to say, Joe, I can play in the PSL until I'm 50. You know, with how things are happening and going. And would question this person, why are you saying that? But when you sit and watch him play and train,
Special.
something else. Xola, if they come slow, I go fast. You know? If they go fast, I go slow. So you get to understand those players why they were exceptional at Sundowns, and they had the quality, you know.
At Pirates, quickly, and then we're wrapping it up.
With Pirates, a player that I would say was a marvel in my generation. Lodge, man. Lodge is something else as well. Yeah, at first he was underrated for the longest time, and he proved people wrong. You know, because he delivered time and time again, until people really now got to give him an opportunity and a chance to say, no, this boy is special.
Before you close, at Pirates, the player that I felt it was a little bit misunderstood, but quality. Type of
Oh.
A
Chiefs.
generation,
But no, I have
to agree with you.
I mean, the
Tapelo, I did not see a lot of his games, but the snippets that I got to watch. And a lot of people also confuse it, like, hey, Odlala Njango Tapelo. And I used to be...
Really?
Yeah.
That's a compliment, bro.
And that's why I used to be shocked to say, is this what it is? And, you know, but yeah, it's
He had this chip, that he will chip the ball like this. Chip. You could never do anything to that thing. And that chip's closing, tsiki.
And he's done. It's interesting you mentioned the comparison, and because we all know the marvel, the talent that you have, right? And well, had, because Nyalasona Mkaba, I don't think so. But Katusadala, you know.
It doesn't go away. Yeah, muscle memory. 2 days, 3 days of training.
You're back at it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So then now my question that follows up that is that when you look into your career as what you've achieved and where you are now, Are you happy with some of the decisions that you made? And I ask this because you and I talk about what happens around football, right? And one of your biggest criticism is that you are too honest and you tell clubs about where they got things wrong, and now people feel that maybe perhaps that's one of the reasons why you don't have a club right now.
To be honest, looking at my career, I'm grateful and I'm blessed, you know. And would I have done things differently? No. You know? And where I am now, or it's up on God, to be honest. But do I have now to lose my principles? Do I have to be a dishonest person? Definitely no. If I have to, at some point, get to suffer, but suffer for the truth, I'll take it any day.
Sure. And this is the glimpse of the conversations we normally have.
I mean, earlier on, before we started recording, we were all talking about varsity football.
Yeah.
And the brand varsity football, where it is now, started with these guys. I remember the first game, I didn't know him then, he was a young man at Northwest University. That group at Wits University.
It's his favorite story,
First
by
game
the way,
ever. First
when he
game
talks
ever.
about you. This is the story he goes to.
At like Sizwe Monday, you're doing varsity football, I'm thinking how? From PSL or Nedbank Cup to varsity football. So I didn't know what to expect from varsity football, you know? So when we get there, it's Wits against Northwest University, and I'm thinking, okay, but the crowd is there, it's vibrant, it's nice, so it lifts your spirit as a commentator. Telling you what we saw from these guys. They were 6, no?
Yeah, I think
that
it
was
was
the-
6 or 5,
But
somewhere
it wasn't
there.
just 6 goals.
Yeah.
It was skill, it was ski, it was entertainment, it was everything in one game.
Yeah.
You know, from an unbelievable team. And when you look at the varsity footballers now, they set the bar.
Where was
That
the
generation.
Nyamane?
Huh?
He was there.
Yeah,
He
he was there. He
was
scored a
there.
couple of
Yeah.
goals, if not a hat-trick that day.
I think he scored a hat-trick.
Yeah, I think I had it that day. But it wasn't just him. I mean, I'm talking 8, 9 guys in the squad.
Yeah, we had a good team.
were unbelievable.
We had a
But
good
entertainers. I'm talking serious entertainers.
Yeah.
And varsity football is, I truly believe it. It is where it is now because of that whole generation. Not just Northwest University, that entire first-year generation. And wow, it's grown in leaps and bounds. I'm happy to see so many of you guys having graduated to the PSL as well, because it's another avenue for players to get to the PSL. So.
But how did you guys do it? Because now when we were watching, right, the biggest frustration is that, so how does this current generation progress from Varsity Cup? Because you guys are part of the few stars that made it.
Yeah, we had a good team on our side, and I think that was also a blessing in disguise, you know. From that team of ours, I think I can count 4 players that have played professional football and who've achieved things. Some are unknown, but they did well because we had defenders that broke into the PSL. We had other midfielders, a young boy who Shane Aprils at that time. But when it started, the talk of the town, it was Nyamane, you know. So with all that being said, I think dedication and working hard and making sure that you enjoy what you do, because that was the first principle that we were taught, to say, we want to win this thing, but we want to win it our way.
Yeah.
You know? So I think also that when, like, Khodmana Kuloma, it caught a lot of eyes, you know, because there was a philosophy that we were following. There was a camaraderie that, you know, that we've built.
For sure.
And we saw an opportunity in it. I mean, first time, I believe, in a varsity sport, in football, that you get to be exposed the way we were.
And the crowd is always fantastic.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, my
Always,
goodness.
you know.
Yeah, no.
Where's in my game?
Influencer.
Right after the game, getting out the stadium, the venue,
Yeah.
traffic lights.
And
The
funny
community
enough,
supported nicely.
Mafikeng, as you say that, it was not only for a varsity cup
Yeah?
with us. Yeah, even when we were playing in the Vodacom League,
The community knew.
it was packed all the time.
I like that. Some
So-
teams should steal that model, but yes.
Maybe just to check, how was the coaching there? Because we always talk about the level of coaching at that level. Was the coaching, like, do you guys have good coaches?
It was proper. At some point, we had Coach Ted
Oh,
as our
yeah, I
technical
remember that,
director. And he was working alongside Makalakalan. I mean, you can see the pedigree.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's played abroad, he's done wonders, and then you rope in Ted. You definitely saying we have something that we want to get out of this.
Yeah.
You know, so that program on its own, it was top. But it started way before. I think they had our coach Khulu in the days of Abo Thabo Rachale, Luvombeta. You know, so they had a vision and they saw it through.
You must have enjoyed working with Coach Ted because, hey,
like
from warm up, ball work,
yeah,
everything.
it was awesome. It was a great experience, you know, and to be coached from an amateur point of view by a professional coach who has achieved, it says a lot on its own because he loves football. He doesn't want this thing of kicking it forward. You don't know what you do. Because once you kick it forward, it says, whose ball is that?
Yeah.
It's anybody's ball. There was a time when, before we went into the Varsity Cup, actually, we were playing the USAs because you need to qualify.
Yes.
There was a time we were playing Tuks in the, I think it was in the group stages. He was so excited outside. You know, and he doesn't keep quiet. At some point, I heard him say, I want you guys to pass this ball around so that they can go outside, look for another ball to play with. You know, so that's the type of coach that he was.
For sure.
And you enjoy playing football when you work with people like that because that's the whole purpose. We are footballers. We have to love this thing.
Sure.
You definitely do. And on that note, you can also, of course, make sure that you follow the game every Thursday. This Thursday, we're planning to be at Wits. So if you're around, pull through. Let's go watch some varsity
I'll see you guys
football.
next week. I'm out of town.
Out of office, hey?
To a new office.
But I mean, 10-10, you speak about no regrets and you speak about coaches now, right? And one thing about your career is that there's a common coach that has always been in your career. That's one of his favorite, Coach Dan Malisela. And now when you look into, and I ask this because you've lived it, right? Where do you think that it's advisable for players to move with coaches, looking at everything that you've also been through?
Yeah, sometimes I think it's an advantage for players on its own, but players should also learn and not take it as if like, I'm moving with a coach, he knows me, I'm guaranteed a start.
Yeah.
You also need to work for that coach. You know, you must make things simple so that they don't question where he's taking you.
For sure.
Because probably it's easier for coaches as well to help the team that he might be building with having the people that understand his ways, you know, his philosophy, what he wants to do, so that it can integrate to the entire group quicker. So, yeah, working with Coach Dan was a marvel. And saying what you just said, Uguti, I don't regret, and I would rather stick with my principles. Funny enough, this thing, it seems as if like it's a common dominate, like, you know. So it started back in varsity, this thing, where I did not play the second Varsity Cup, you know, because there was things that were happening which were not good. I don't want to say bad, but it was not good. We cannot now allow people to be warranted contracts and situation to say, we took you away from your home, we've paid your fees, you're going to play and you're going to study. And then turnaround time, without even preparation, you just say to players, hey, you're going to NS fast, guys. There's no reason, there's no whatsoever. And then I said, we said, because I was a captain, unfortunately, at that time. And most interesting thing is that I was the captain of the team, and I was in my final year.
Sure.
I could have been a selfish person and say, all right, guys, this is what it is. Just either got to take it or whatsoever, because I'm looking for myself to say, at the end of the day, I'm out of here. But I stood up. I said, no, this can't happen.
You've always been a fighter for other players. That's dope.
I think I suffer a lot for people. But maybe that's my journey, and I have to understand and accept it. So from that being said, I was removed. Coach Makalakalane was fired, and they took and they roped in a castle team coach that we had at NWU. So I'm not sure whether it was the direction that they also told him to go about. There was a player who went and told the management as to say, hey, we had a meeting. I won't mention his name because he works for...
Sure, no.
You know, so he went and...
I think I know who is that player.
The way he's laughing.
In a way, he was a player, but type of working for management in a way, you know, trying to sweeten his ways. Captain called us, and these were the discussions we were having, because second varsity cup was about to take place. And honestly, so I said to the players, look, guys, they can't just, you know, like rip you off like that. At least they should warn you, so that you guys can be prepared as well, can inform your parents and all of that. What if you don't qualify? You know,
for
NSFAS, what's going to happen? So there's going to be change. So from there, Bankip, I was not part of the varsity team, and it was a big hoo-ha, because Mafikeng, they know their players, they know their people. So at some point, because I love football, I used to go watch the team, support the guys, because I had friends there, they did nothing, you know, but the noise that would come from the supporters, because it was a struggle. That's when the team started to dip, our team. And all of those things happened. But I chose the principle. I chose being a good person to say, I cannot allow other people suffer in a way that they were not promised to. You know, you'd rather suffer in a way that you know, with, oh, I've signed up for this. This is the suffering that I've accepted and that I have known. You know, you move to Cape Town All-Stars. Oh, I left the team from there. Fortunately, that's when I started meeting Coach Dan at the reserve team of Mamelodi Sundowns. Because now I had to travel to go back to school. Because I spoke to Ogi, and then he was like, no, I hear your point, and Mena, I give you my blessings. You can freely go. But like I'm saying, if I was selfish, I could have said, I want to play Varsity Cup again. Probably Mnyamane got the opportunity and got to be signed. Maybe Nami, now this is my opportunity. But I was like, no, it's fine. I moved to the Vodacom team. It was M Tigers at that time. I met to Coach Dan, Coach Zippo. That's when I started working with them. And I had to travel back and forth. When there's exams, I used to ask, and they accepted. They knew my situation. To say, no, go and write, go and submit, and I'd come back, join the team, you know? So, but
I see the pattern,
yeah, so why would I now say, hey, no, let me change my ways. It's in 32 rand and look good like everybody does. Nah, it's not satisfying. You know?
The independent thinkers that suffer in life, not just in football, you know? The outspoken independent thinkers,
Just to add there, look, obviously, now in your career, in football, there's a lot that happens behind the scenes that when we're not watching. The chairman. Just your experiences with various chairmen that you have played for. I mean, some of them are good, some are bad, and you know it's a mess out there.
You don't have to name them, but you can just tell us the experience.
If you want to name them, you can name them.
There's the channel there.
No, but in my time with the teams, I don't think I've experienced any type of treatment until, you know, the TS Galaxy saga. So at Cape Town All-Stars, okay, maybe I would start because Sundowns is a professional. I've never had or experienced the president in a different way, or, you know. So moving to Cape Town All-Stars, the only time I saw Ulonga, who was the owner of Cape Town All-Stars at that time, I think what was happening, we were playing against Mthatha Pushbacks, you know. So that was the first time. I was like, oh, Machemena yangena change room, can you have time?
You have time?
Yeah, it was half time. And it was okay. Ungenile did not say anything bad or in. But that game was difficult. I remember I was on the bench. It was difficult. We were playing at Athlone. So half-time, things are not happening, and we're competing for the league, And most of us that came in, Coach Dan, we were new in the professional setup, apart from Abanye Bakhulele developments and downs and, you know?
Yeah.
So, wangena, and funny enough, wangena no team in the dressing room. But Coach Dan was so furious on that day. He didn't coach. Before we walked in the change room, you can feel the air with Aibo, you know? But he was so furious with how the team was playing. I mean, we can't be struggling against them, Tata Parks and all of that happening. So we work with Coach Dan. We understand his way of coaching, mustn't get a change home. So he was fighting with all of those things. We need to, up the game. We can't be in none. But that was the first time I saw him as furious as he was. He did not have a lot of coaching points, a lot of things. He just took people off, and it's unlike him. Yeah. I think he made 3 subs instantly on that day. And then he put me in. I think he put Obaring, if I'm not mistaken. Tshwarel Obaring, the Lesotho International. Yeah. And then the 3rd sub was, I think, Thabo Makroti, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure.
We came on, and funny enough, when we came on, he even asked the assistant coach. After making those subs, he didn't want to coach, and then was like, "Coach, is there anything maybe you want to say to the team?" Oh, and the assistant coach has got nothing to say. I know, no, I'm fine. Like, what's happening until today?
Is it because the chairman is in the dressing room?
I don't, I think so, maybe, because we're not used to that type of setup or in ASAS. But luckily enough, we won that game. But unfortunate for me, I got injured on that game.
Yeah.
So came in as a sub, assisted to Lodge. Immediately after, with the pass that I played back, because it was a cutback, and I think maybe my body was not in the right position for me to force and play that pass. But it was successful. We scored, we continued to play. But now, I think either my ACL, if I remember correctly, it was not happening. And I remember going to the bench to say, I'm suffering. I can try limb forward when we go forward, but I'm costing the team now when we have to defend, because I can't put my foot in to get stuck. So that's how it happened. That was the first time experiencing a chairman in a professional setup. Again, I was like, oh, okay. And then moved to Cheaper, fast forward, moved to Cheaper. He was a lovely guy to work for, to be honest. Not because maybe I'm trying to be biased or whatever, but that's what I experienced at that time, Because our team was dominating. We had a good team at Cheaper, And most of the time, where I would see Coach Cheaper, he would come after games at training. Maybe if we play Saturday, we know either Monday or Tuesday we're going to see him because there was a bonus structure as well there.
Nice.
That's why I say it was wonderful. It was lovely to work for him at that time. And things were not good, by the way, because obviously financially, Cheaper was a fairly new team in those stages, and there were big names. Kona, Legato Shabangu, Abo Klute, So maybe the finances were not financing. But they got ukuthi a committee me get down, a balance, a patch, and he came, like he used to come. He was not even scared. Afike akhulume to say, guys, things are not okay for now. But there's something that I'm working on. When you work for a person like that, you understand with that human. He's not shying away. He's not saying I. But maga ni patelo or niga mapona say as if like I enjoyed working for him because I remember at some point he came on, was like, but he was laughing and excited and happy. It's like I'm tired of watching you guys. Sometimes when I watch you with my wife, I would tell them with ngathi bangadliwa. I got straight, he told us straight. So it was fun, it was nice. And then we asked him, Chairman, why? No, you guys are finishing my money. So he was one of the chairmen that I enjoyed working for. And at Vets, my time at Vets, the chairman, we saw him behind the goals, taking pictures while the game is playing. You'd hardly hear or find him in the dressing room, addressing players and all of that. So my time at Pirates, it was never like that. Chairman, I don't think is a person who moves around, who's that visible, So you don't get to experience him. There's moments where you know, good, Chairman Xola, there's probably something they want to address. And yeah, man. So, and then I went to AmaZulu. Oh no, it was also nice because it was the Zungu brothers, new in the football realm. Everything went well. I mean, that's why at that time we qualified for ICAF. You know,
Champions League.
Yeah, it was the first time, you know, I think, in the record books, apart from Pirates and Chiefs, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, and Sundowns, for another team as small. Okay, it's big because it's old in years.
Yeah.
But with the accolades and all of those things, they're fairly a small team. You know, to qualify for Champions League, not Confederation, it's a huge achievement.
For sure.
You know, because the last time, funny enough, I don't know what I was watching, but I was African ranked teams. And I was shocked to see AmaZulu appearing. Back then, it wasn't. But now they got to play the Champions League, and they are there with the rest, you know. Yeah, and then fast forward, moved to Galaxy. And then same experience. Find the chairman coming in the dressing room. Well, and at times he's coaching. Oh, but you've got a UEFA Pro license coach, man. That so teen. But yeah. And then Marumo Galans. Yeah, guys, no. You guys are gonna get me in trouble.
What happened in Bloemfontein?
And they're hanging up to every word, not interrupting you.
Tell us.
Hey, things happen there, but and it's a story for another day.
Right? We'll respect
So we'll
that.
leave it now?
Yeah, let's respect
You see this one? I hope I'm not gonna see that another podcast somewhere.
You must commit.
When you're ready
No.
to talk, we're ready to listen.
Maybe I'll talk when I'm retired.
Yeah, we're ready to listen. That's
Yeah.
really
Maybe I have to probably write a book about my stories. Maybe it's appear or so. But
You must have your lawyers in check because guess who in this country? Anything can happen.
so fuck it, disclaim.
alleged.
So, I mean, then you are safe.
You're good.
On change magama, but people would know the steps at all.
This is the
Team, you know, as long as I mention But you know, so if you are hated for the truth, it's okay.
You'll take
It's okay.
that.
Yeah, and suffer for the truth. It's fine.
All right.
You'll sleep at night.
Okay, so we've changed our order completely, but before we then talk what happened in the MTN8, let's look into the Bafana Bafana prelim squad, right? And what I find interesting, Xola here talks about, of course, when a coach loves you and they choose you, you also need to show why they're backing you. You look at Hugo Broos's coach, team rather. Nico Mobi is a player that will always be there. Mobi is Hugo's player. Sibisi is also Hugo's player. So there are players that he really likes. Evidence, whether you're playing Mahopa rather, whether you're playing club level or you're not, Hugo will still choose you. Talk to us about the squad that you've seen in 10-10 and really the thinking as well in terms of the national team when you choose players that you already have a working relationship with.
Yeah, honestly, I think I like what Coach Hugo is doing. Not maybe, I know people might want to fight me and say a lot of things. I'm a player that believes in working hard and having to be warranted the opportunity, you know? And why I'm saying I like what Coach Hugo is doing, it's because he's balancing both.
Yeah.
He's got the players that are playing regularly, that are doing good. He selects them. He's got his players that he selected while they were doing good.
Yeah.
He would still, you know, go to the battle with his soldiers. Because, I mean, probably he understands and knows, and he has communication with all the people that he puts in the squad. I believe so, because he would not just put you in the preliminary squad without any understanding if you are fit. If we saw it with Umukwena, he called him at some point. Umukwena was not playing, and he was one of the excellent, exceptional players that performed for Bafana Bafana on that week.
LP.
You know, so, and when you are doing good, he warrants you an opportunity, no matter where you are playing, whether it's Polokwane City, whether it's TS Galaxy, where he gives the opportunity. That's why I'm enjoying watching what he's doing.
For sure.
Also, just to follow up on the question Clauiee is asking, where some players may not necessarily feature in the starting 11, but they're constantly in the team.
Yeah.
How much is it about the atmosphere you bring to training, to the change room, and the attitude you bring in contributing to the spirit of the team?
Yeah, also we need to remember what the coaches differ, you know. As much as Coach Hugo, for me, is our national coach.
Yeah.
He's got his way of doing things. He's got his philosophy.
Yeah.
He's got his plans and. So as the other coaches and the teams, probably might not be selecting you at that time.
Yeah.
Or your whole, like your team coach, and he's not putting you there, and he's putting somebody else's. But your team coach and Coach Hugo Broos as the Bafana coach, they don't also see the same. Probably somebody that they've put in your place, go Coach Hugo, he's not seeing him performing better than you've been, you know? And it's two coaches' opinions at that time. We cannot question one as to why you're playing that one and you're not playing the other one. So we must also allow him to select who he believes can do the job for him.
Nyoso Kinyoso, not on the squad. Your thoughts on that?
It's kind of sad, but maybe with a bit of understanding, Nyan, because Loch was without a team after the Club World Cup. So you look at that time from then to now. I think he only went back now recently to rejoin Iwidat, you know. So he could have been given the opportunity. I would have loved to see him because he did wonders with Club World Cup. He was exceptional, you know. But we don't know as to why he was not. But I think, in my opinion, Oguti, he was probably left out because of those bases. He had to come back, rest, and then from resting, now it was back and forth in terms of negotiations. We probably might play with the player's psyche, you know?
Yeah.
And now he went back. I hope he gets the opportunity again.
So it's interesting then, because Mopega in the Mudau also hardly kicked a ball this season. I believe he's not training at Sundowns, no?
He hasn't kicked the ball.
We all know how important he is to the squad, to Bafana Bafana, not even the Sundowns, to be honest. One of the best right backs in the continent, in my opinion. We went on in the Mudau with regards to Bafana Bafana. And now, what do you do? He's in the preliminary squad, but what do you do? He's not training, he's not playing. He hasn't played since the Club World Cup. Match fitness is an issue. Do you think maybe they want to assess him in the preliminary squad, see his fitness levels, and then decide going forward?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure in Dabaga Mudau, but I think Mudau went with Sundowns in their pre-season camp. I think so. Could be mistaken.
Ask influencer, he knows.
Yeah.
Influencer,
I think he was there for a while and
then only at a later, you know. So hence, in comparison to the Lodge situation, that way it differs.
Yeah.
And Mudau has been with the national team
right through.
Yeah, going through. And Lodge was absent.
Yeah.
So probably Coach Hugo also would say, I don't know in national competitiveness how good is to be. And in Dabaga Mudau, it's sad to see such things, you know, happening repetitively, man, in football. Because I think it's similar situation when Umukwena was also not playing, but he got the opportunity, you know, in the national team, and he did great.
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying, probably Hugo's got a good communication with his team to find where they are level. Because I had Upesi in some interviews, or he was saying no, when he was taken off, he said he had communication with the coach and he tried to find understanding about it. So it shows Uguti, he's not just a coach, but he's a human being. He's a father to these boys.
True.
You know,
and
so
I like that he shows up more to the games now.
Yeah,
he's watching.
That's good.
Yeah, he's watching. Yeah, I like that.
But I mean, obviously, looking at this team, I think he's going to have a difficult job reducing it, because most of the players they speak, they are really
good.
They've done well over the last while. Just, you know, obviously, you know, we've got to support the coach. We've got to respect his decisions. Whenever the national team is called up, they will always talk. Yeah, this one's supposed to be there. This one's not supposed to be there, and all that thing. I just feel for someone like Grant, you are playing and you are not picked there. The guy who's not playing is picked, you know.
That's a tricky
But
one.
those are the things that happens in these kind of situations. But I mean, I'm quite happy with the way the coach has managed the national team. We don't always have to agree with him.
Yeah.
But, you know, the results are there on the table to prove that
He's doing good.
he's the guy who can help us. And, you know, let's watch what's happening against Lesotho and Nigeria and see how far we can go, you know.
Plus, there's a thing now where you can see a relation between Abuma Kosafa Cup 10 games, because they use different squads there. But if you do well there, you get the promotion to a preliminary squad.
But-
Sibelebele, 10 qualifiers. Reines from Kosafa Cup went to the national team. Manibongwe now is in the squad as well, the preliminary squad. So if you do well in those tournaments, now there's that upgrade.
But also
original group
there's
as well.
something that a lot of people are not talking about, which is I just don't understand what is happening. Khuliso Mahala is nowhere near both.
Yeah, that's a big one, yeah? That's a huge talking point.
Shocking. Yeah,
I mean, if these people are talking, what are they talking there? I mean, surely you can't ignore this guy, man.
Is it
You can't even make that thing of Kosafa or this Chan. I mean, really.
amongst
No,
the best
you're
assists last
absolutely
season,
right.
in PSL, already this season amongst the top assists already.
So it sends a message that there is a disconnect somewhere between the coaches. And I don't know who does not like him, but clearly somebody does not like
What
him.
do you think of Mahal?
He's doing great.
Yeah.
And yeah, even last season he showed up, you know. But I'm glad he showed up the way he did.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at the time I was with him at TS Galaxy. Funny enough, we were in the same train, but he left before me, you know. And
You should have jumped with him, eh?
No, I mean, I did not jump. I was pushed. You know, and the boy shows how strong mentally he is.
Yes.
You know, from Sundowns, he was a marvel to watch. He's talented. He's doing great, and to see him work as hard as he does now,
Yeah.
it's good, because he went to the NFD and had
ABC
to
Mutsepe
came
as well.
back, and now he's doing what he's doing. I would have loved also to see him roped into the preliminary squad,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, you know, if it does not happen now, probably it will happen next time.
All
And
right.
it's a good stress that Coach Hugo has.
For sure.
Talented players South Africa are showing up now.
It will be an absolute sin if we don't talk about Kaizer Chiefs players real quick, because I do know that there's a cry from Chiefs fans about Abo Munyana, Abo Taboqele, and of course Mfundo Vilagazi, Abo Duba. They are saying, but why? I mean, we are winning, we are cruising nicely, and we don't make it still to the prelim
Winning
squad.
way.
Yeah.
Winning way.
What do you mean they've won 3 games?
Yeah, 3 out of 3. Respect the team, please.
When was the squad that lost, guys?
3 out of 3 is the
No,
bottom
but
line.
the Kaizer Chiefs players also are doing well. You see the young Fabian,
Yeah.
his son.
Fabian's kid, yeah.
And you know, he's come through the ranks under 20, under 23 now.
And also played in the
Yes.
Chen
Kosafa
team,
as well.
you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's what we are all saying. South Africa has a lot of pool of talented players. You know, it does not mean they are not doing good. They are doing fairly good now.
Yeah.
They've won 3 games in 3 matches. There's a Kaizer Chiefs name that is roped in. So it's just
Yeah.
unfortunate we're not seeing more numbers as yet.
For sure.
Not totally is injured as well.
Yeah.
You must keep in mind he was already there.
And if they continue
Yeah.
with the performances, probably we'll see more names jumping in.
Yeah.
Because there's still international players that are also doing well. We've got young boys like Abo Ocon, who are now playing
Chandre.
in the Bundesliga. Chandre. We've got the other one who's in England as well.
Giftlings.
Yeah.
You know, Gift Links also has been doing well. Hasn't been, but there hasn't been no complaints, because the national team as well, you need to remember, they've been doing good.
For sure.
It would be unfair for other players to be taken off. There
Yeah,
was a
when they're
time,
doing well.
yeah, there was, you know, and like the position Gamahalwana, it has quality.
It's
There's
tough, yeah.
Apolis who's been doing
Mfokeng.
well, Mfokeng on the side. So competition is tight.
Yeah.
You know, but once you get the opportunity,
The Chiefs
it
players
works
must
out.
come. We need Chiefs
So
players.
we
country will buzz.
can talk about Abo Munyani now, but
Yeah.
also we have Mudau that has been delivering in the national team week in, week out. We've got Umobi, who's been a consistent national, and when Mudau is not there, Mobi is roped in, and if it's not him, they sometimes put in Utapelo Morena. So it's not easy, you know. And now we've got Abo Sibelebele, who sometimes plays as a right back. He's played most of his career at TS Galaxy as a right back. And not only a right back that is defending, but scoring goals as well when he's in that position. You know, because that's how TS Galaxy was winning some of the games, with him coming from the back, you know. And it warranted him to be called up. So competition in Zim, the Chiefs players, they must be motivated to say, we are waiting our time. And once we grab it, we're not going to let go of it.
For sure.
You know what Coach Rulani once said? He said, when the Bafana squad is around, Moby will be there.
Moby will be there. No, you know the thing
Moby
is,
will always be there. That's one player who must be guaranteed.
let's give him his props. Moby's
He has done well now.
great professional. Yeah. From Free State Stars days, he's been a great professional.
He's consistent.
Consistent in Free State Stars as a young man.
He's always
Super squad.
Even now at this Welele,
Yes, even now
He plays
Swelele.
all the games.
And also won the captain's armband. Maybe he hasn't played for the big teams.
No, but
the popular teams. But he's been a great professional for the last 10, 15
Coach
years.
Hugo Broos, when you ask him, you say, hey, Coach, why do you always pick this guy? He says, no, he has never disappointed me.
And you
And
need that.
that's how you pick him.
Exactly. All right, cool. So now, because we really have run out of time, I'm sure.
Again?
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, it feels like we just
Clauiee.
started, right? I know.
With the special guest,
Oh,
Sizwe is here, Xola is back.
Must we do part 2, part 1 and part 2?
MTN went to extra
Our
time.
director should tell us. But anyway, you know what I want to find out? Say
He
that
says,
again.
keep going.
Going.
You see?
He says keep
Extra
going.
time.
All right, cool.
Interesting.
We got permission to keep going. Midfield battle is one thing that is absolutely exciting. And you look into an Orlando Pirates now, it's a big talking point as well as to how then they manage the talent that's currently there. Talk to us with what you've seen in the Betway Premiership and, of course, MTN 8.
Pirates have signed good. We all have to give compliment to their scouting departments, you know, because nobody probably thought Usibelebele could go there. Most of the people were not even talking about Abo Siema, you know. There's this other boy also from Baroka. It shows Uguti Interpuliabo is going back and forth. They are not only fixated in one space. So Sipombuli, everyone has written him off. Talent of note. Nduli, he was doing great.
At Stellenbosch.
He's proven. And he's here at Pirates since he has arrived. He's
Never
a
said a
marvel
foot
to
wrong,
watch. He's saying, Makaula, when you come back, we have to fight.
Yeah.
He's not gonna.
That's
He's not
true.
gonna.
How lucky are Pirates, though, when you consider Pule, from the Pule era, Vincent Pule arrives as well, right wing. Pule then has his injury problems. Saleng arrives to replace him, does well, takes over the position. Saleng has his issues. Ngot arrives for 6 months, leaves. He then leaves, and Sibelebele arrives. They just keep finding the right player to replace.
It means they're
doing a stunning job. Also, not only just scouting, but also from development, because not all of them are players they've bought. Some of them are players like Ungot has come from the system. It's a nice balance at Paris, don't you think?
Yeah, no, definitely. And yeah, they have a great number of players, though it's a headache for the coach. You know, when you have a lot of talented players who've been doing exceptionally well, it becomes difficult also, because you need to also know how to manage them. The egos, because nobody likes not to play.
For sure. Are we going to get to the midfield? Where he breaks it down. Is that where you're taking it?
Yeah, the Pirates midfield.
Okay,
I'm just
fine.
interested. Obviously, Sihle is there.
Yeah.
It looks like he's going to
As a
play more.
six.
And then you have got Bata.
Yeah.
What will you do? Okay, how do you solve the Mbule Maswangani story in time balancing this midfield? Because you've got Rele, I see sometimes
They play him as a 10.
We are when he makes subs, and then you have got Police coming on the left, then you've got Sibelebele coming on the right. But obviously you can't, you have to solve this puzzle of Mbule and Maswangani.
Isn't it Mbule, Maswangani, and Mufokeng issue?
Yeah,
Because if you're playing a police and Sibelebele, then Mufokeng is also competing in that position.
Yeah. So it's 3.
It's 3. Three-pronged
I
issue.
think it's good competition. Hence, I say it's a headache for the coach, because sometimes once you want to mix and match based on personality. Oh, I can't put this one outside or in. You rather have a relationship with them. Say, you'll play this one, he'll play this one, or, you know. But for me, with Nduli Mbata, and Makaula is going to come back as well. He is going to add another headache into the coach's planning, you know. And they also have that interesting boy from Marumo Kalans. Also, he's a marvel to watch. I think there's just a lot happening there in the middle. Marikana, you know.
But let's remember, keep in mind, it's only the league and MTN8.
Yeah,
so Carling, you still got Africa.
Yeah, for me, the way to solve it is that Umbata, they brought him back. He stabilized the team. They started getting wins. You have Umbata. Umbata is not a 6, or he can play as a 6, but he's a box-to-box type of player. He's an 8. So you have Usipo sitting as a 6. Have Usipo and Umbata. You know, you have your thingy solid.
Yeah.
Then you have to choose one based on who performs better at training between Maswanganyi and Umbuli in that 10 position, because they are both creatives. I don't feel Umufukeng for Mina plays that well as a 10.
No.
Unless when he cheats from the side to come in, from the left to come in and receive it as there he's also creative. But you are limiting the boy when you want to play him as a 10, because now you are caught in between. Who do I play between Umufukeng and Wapolis? Let them compete. And whoever that raises his hand at training, you start with him. If you're not performing, I sub you, I put the other one. And if he grabs the opportunity, I go with him. You must await your time.
But you know what I find interesting about their 10-10 is that when you go back into history, right, and you look at the likes of Abo Cheese, Liwo Chipa back in the day, they could play literally on both sides, left or right. But currently we don't have that. And while Pirates doesn't have that, Apollos and Relay, they've got sides. They want to play on the same side. Don't you find that quite interesting?
It is interesting, but I think also it's the type of way Orlando Pirates is playing, you know, and which got in Orile. Orile is not the type of a player where you put him on the right and he will dribble past player. He can do that any day, but he's not your dentlate. I want to go to the line, whip crosses in. He wants challenges. He wants to move around the people. Ngama 1-2, sometimes cut in. You know, from DDC he's been doing that. So he got used to that, and hence when they play him on the left, Uhoto always finds the channel to go up and down. So it's quite interesting. And sadly, Apolis as well grew up in the same situation. A SuperSport was not, that's why he couldn't last a SuperSport, because they were not using him to his ability. Because SuperSport, you know, the SuperSport and Vets are those teams. When you're a winger, you must go outside, whip, cross. And then he wants to dribble past people, cut inside. So they couldn't probably play him on the left. And Polokwane, he was doing that. Even in the NFT team he was playing for, he was playing on the left. So now you have two of the same thing. You know, you must find a way of how you use it. But you know what you once said though,
10-10? That sometimes you must be willing to unlearn certain things. And that's something that you got from Coach Dan.
Definitely. Coach
Dan.
Yes. Obviously. But it's not an easy thing to do. And if it's something that you grew up with, but somewhere, somehow you, like they say, he always say this, so Coach Dan, you need to learn to unlearn certain things that you've learned from the previous coaches, so that you can adapt to the system, you know. It's the same as Amatenzo Orlando Pirates. In most cases now, they have to get the balls from either the sides or in build-ups. We haven't seen that much, you know, in terms of them playing, going straight to the 10s, them being creative. It's either from diagonal balls from the center backs to get the wingers. Then now they connect. So you have to adapt. And if that's how the coach wants to work, you must unlearn the things that you are doing.
For sure.
You know, so if our police has been put on the right and the coach wants him to cross at times, he needs to do that. And if Orile is selected to play on the right, he also needs to do, because that will set him right with the coach.
You speak of the centre backs and the diagonal balls. Actually, let me start here. I once asked Chabupule, having a casual conversation with him about his toughest opponent. And he said, without a doubt, Bulelo Mabizela. And lately, I'm hearing a lot of people now begin to compare a young Bogazi to a young Mabizela, because Bogazi is also now beginning to get assists with these diagonal balls.
Never.
Something, I'm just saying, something Alias Kut used to be very good at.
Even like I
saw on Twitter, a few people are asking, hey, is this, one guy actually said, I never saw Mabizela play. I'm hearing people say this guy's like Mabizela.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Mabizela was unbelievable. But also, I don't want to take away from Umbogazi and his talent.
No, he's a top
top defender, top. But Mabizela was a bit. Hey, he was different, man.
Mabizela was special.
I know, no.
You touched a nerve. Look at his face.
Mabizela is.
Which Abu said no matter what he did on any given day, he could never get the better of Mabizela.
But you know what impresses me with Yena Umbogazi and Siema? I like how they are adapting.
1922.
Yeah, exactly. Like and the interesting thing, and no shade to Koki and Sibisi, they took time.
Oh, no.
Yeah, yes, all of that. They took time to kind of, get the synergy right. These two kids, they're on song right now, which is pretty impressive.
Maybe it's same age group. Coco Melons, they can. But
you see, Tenten, I'm a 120% admirer of Mbogazi. I think we have not seen something like this from a young defender in the country. We don't produce quality defenders like that in a while.
The strength, man.
But sorry to interject, but in this generation, we've got a lot of quality centre.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes, you're right.
That's why the competition is so
tough.
tight.
Yeah.
The one thing I want to see, I want him to go to the Under-20 World Cup.
Okay.
I want him to go against those ones of Manchester and Arsenal.
Yeah, to prove himself.
Yeah.
It would be nice. Because
he must go there.
Is it Smith? That was in the Under-20 CAF team, no?
Yeah,
that
He went to Queen's Park Rangers.
Yeah, he went to QPR because he's proven to say, I deserve to play against
I want to see him.
the internationals.
I fully agree with you, but now aren't we in a bit of a catch-22 where Mbogazi is now looking at the national team as well, the senior national team? Or is it one of those where we say, listen, it doesn't matter,
it will be unfortunate if he doesn't go to the World Cup. He needs to go to the World Cup.
I also would love to see
I was saddened that he couldn't go to that where they qualified, the AFCON for the young ones.
Yes.
He should have played there.
Sure.
He should have played there. And also, even when he was in Polokwane, I said he should have gone to Kosovo to play more Bafana Bafana matches.
Sure.
Bloemfontein.
Get the international games.
And it would strengthen the Under-20s, give our team a chance to compete and win.
100%. All right, so before we wrap up Orlando Pirates, Hoto is a player that's also been, of course, in the talks you mentioned. By the way, it's Sizwe Mabena. Nobody calls it Twitter anymore. That is, of course, also
What are you saying now?
That's a visa.
What are you saying about this?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just, corrections.
And also, he never used to say Twitter. He used to say Twitter. It's Twitter.
Twitter, man.
Yeah, well, it used to be called Twitter, not Twitter.
Yeah, terrible. Anyway, Dion Hoto. I mean, you've seen him, you've worked with him. Talk to us about the kind of player he is and really the criticism that he's getting currently.
But
hi, Ingonya Komnand.
He must improve his crosses, man. There's a lot of players who are not as talented.
Yeah.
They work hard.
But they work hard and they perfect the basics. Sometimes I like him, he works, but the final product sometimes is a little bit disappointing. I think for me,
I think
he will have to work on the crosses.
I think sometimes we just ask too much of Hoto. Like, it's not in his skill set. It's like asking Sizwe Mabena to run. It's not going to happen. He's not that kind of person.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes with Hoto,
now at this age, no, it's not going to happen. Back in the day, you don't know. It's the left side, up and down.
I think he just needs to perfect the basics. I mean, if you play that position, you have to cross.
I don't know.
I mean, how long has he been playing professional football? This guy that he can't cross properly.
But it's saddening, to see a player being criticized like that, of which he has done well for Orlando Pirates for quite some time. Yes, he might not be amongst the talented. He might not be one who dribble and will be fancy and all of that.
Yeah.
But let's also understand that he can never be perfect. Everyone has his limitations. But like Asho, he needs to also try and improve in other aspects. Because I think what also made people to talk a lot, it's the pass that he got from OCM. It was one-on-one, So I think, but he did wonders for Orlando Pirates. There was a time where they were chanting his name.
Yebo.
So let's not forget of the goodness that a person
Yeah.
did by just a few mistakes that are appearing. He's not talented, given. That one is a guarantee. But he will work for you.
Yes, and I agree with you there.
For me, last thing, you have operated in the team environment for a very, very long time. What do you think a situation like Ribeiro at Sundowns does to a team where, I mean, the guy clearly wants to leave?
Yeah.
And there's an issue between the two clubs. Obviously, they've got to do a deal and all those kinds of things, which are office business. When you look at Sundowns now and the Ribeiro issue, there's also an issue about Khuliso Mudau. Those things, what do they do to address them?
Sadly is that someone once said to me, blessing and burdens are cousins. It dismantles.
Like Coach Ulala now.
Yeah, literally, I said that in my head.
And it dismantles a bit of the team. It shakes it because now some of the puzzles are no longer wanting to be part of because of their grievances, And though it opens an opportunity for the ones that haven't been getting, but it will take time for the team now's camaraderie to go back to what it is, because obviously, as good as it might be, either you're losing your brother going to work abroad and all of that, you're going to be happy for him, but also as well, there's that void, so it's a blessing and it's a burden at the same time. So it will take time for the movement to shift into the right direction. Probably now the headspace to some other players, because I heard also Ngati Ulitlaku is on the list of players that are wanted, and there's a bit of squabble. Can you understand what it does to also the youngsters? If opportunities come, are they going to deny me? How do I then deal with that psychologically so that it does not affect me physically performing? But it kind of dismantle the group's camaraderie in a way.
I want to talk about Sundowns still and where they find themselves. There's a situation with the players, which adds pressure, obviously, and may unsettle the group at large. I mean, when you lose someone like Ribeiro who can individually win a match through brilliance, individual brilliance, you miss him sometimes when the match is tough.
Yeah,
that 1-1 against Pirates, someone comes up with individual brilliance, wins you matches. You miss someone who can give you that magic. So there's that issue, one. Two, there's no situation like South African football where you have the MTN 8 to start the season. Now, keep in mind, you're the Sundowns coach. You've also just come from the Club World Cup. You've also just finished the Champions League. And also the disappointment of the Nedbank Cup. All of these things are happening like this within 4 or 5 months.
Psychologically, it's difficult.
And then starting the season, you go and you have a tough one in the MTN 8. It adds so much pressure. So to someone who doesn't understand South African football, you think, but the season is just starting. There's still so much football to be played. But to Sundowns fans, these are hits that have been coming over a 3-month period, big hits. What do you think about the MTN 8? And it's nice for us, but the pressure on coaches.
I said this to a friend of mine while we were having a conversation. I said, Mamelodi Sundowns are going to have a tough start to the season. And when they asked why am I saying that, I said, one, as a footballer or as any athlete, you need complete rest. You need to shut off after a season, to shut off and the travelings from South Africa to US, it's not the same.
Cairo even, before that.
It's not the same with the international teams, and it affects them. The jet lags, they take a lot of toll on players. So without enough rest, because I think they rested for 2 weeks. So starting the league, they were in week 3 of their preseason type of ish. So the body now is still, by the way, the body still wants to be in the shutdown mode, in rest mode. But already we shut it down, and now you're saying,
back to work.
Wake up, we need to get back to work. There's a bit of imbalance. I hope their medical side is doing a wonderful job in terms of avoiding players to get injuries, and they have a lot of international players also that contributes. So their players are playing.
You know which one broke me though? Shikabala.
You get what I'm
yes,
saying?
because now you put
just
context to
it's-
it. Yeah.
It's all of those factors, but the body is in shock.
Yeah.
So Sundowns,
But I'm
it's
speaking
sad.
also from the side of the fans and the understanding, because to them it's disappointment. Nedbank, Champions League, Club World Cup, not getting out the group stages, and now MTN8, it's all 3-4 months, right?
Yeah.
But they don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so, man, you know, if
And now the coach is under pressure from the fans.
the sad reality is that there's no fans for doctors, for cashiers, and their work is not being publicized, you know, so that they can have people who criticize them, and we just need to take it and move with it. The fans will always be fans. When you do good, they will be all over you. You take that excitement, and at times where things are tough, some will be there to encourage and say things will get better. They'll have a bit of understanding.
Yeah.
Some would be fighting you, say, hey, we are paying our monies and all of those things, but they don't look at all the fundamentals that are happening, like the disconnects that is within the players, the lack of rest, not enough preseason, because a proper good preseason, it takes 6 weeks, you know, and the following 2 weeks are now the start of, because now the body needs to readjust to saying, I've been overloaded. Now I'm at a point where I'm a bit easy.
Sure.
I'm at work now. This is when it starts. So they haven't had that. We must give them a fair chance to say, it would be different and it would be difficult. But I think they have the quality and they have the resources to take it forward. And also looking into the Ribeiro issue, I think when you have that type of a player that can win you games, that can decide, and that has been doing wonders like this, you are supposed to have planned without him. Because we know that Europeans, when they're in South Africa, chances of them staying long are very little.
Yeah.
And if they are exceptional players, you know. So
sure.
they were supposed to look for a replacement for Ribeiro to, in his absence, we know we've got somebody that's going to take it forward.
You know what Tantan is saying is 100% correct. The issue of resting and stuff. But the other harsh reality for Sundowns is that they've not won a trophy in a long time. Besides the league.
Yeah, the league is the biggest trophy in the PSL.
Yeah, but now you have a problem when you are direct rival Pirates, just keep on winning trophies and you are not winning. I'm not promoting anarchy from the fans. I'm just saying, if you put yourself in a fan's shoes, it's a Sundowns fan's shoes. Say, but
there's also the Carling knockout disappointment as well in my case.
They shouldn't have lost that thing
Yeah.
there in Bloemfontein. I mean,
Yeah.
big teams does not lose to small teams in the cup final. That's just
but
the
it
reality.
happens.
But
It
it
happened
happens.
to Chiefs,
You
to
know,
TS
so they were not
Galaxy.
accepting it. They were not accepting it. You know,
Yeah.
so if you put yourself in the fans' shoes of the fans, to say, but guys, we spend so much money on these players and what, and then what is there to show? So yeah,
But you know-
you have got to understand the fans, but at the same time understand the clubs. What Xola just explained now
Yeah.
of the challenges that the club is facing of not having. These guys have got only 4 weeks of rest.
All of them are international.
Yeah. The season finished 2 weeks, USA. Come back 2 weeks, pre-season.
Yeah.
It's not
AFCON,
easy. It's a very difficult thing to do.
Qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers, traveling to and from.
Yeah.
100%. So now my question with that said, looking at Cardoso and what he has achieved, and I'm asking from base of style of play, because now you try and think as a fan, because if your team is playing well, you can try and justify it. But now there's also the question as to, but this is not the Sundowns way.
Yeah. It's very difficult for a coach coming into a team that has a philosophy that's been ongoing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know whether he's a coach that believes in the same philosophy, because we know Sundowns when they had Coach Pitso, how they were playing, how it was going. We know Sundowns when it had Coach Rolani, you know, Coach Manqoba. And when Coach Cardoso came, I saw a different shift
Yeah.
in the first beginning games, but then went back to the Sundowns that we know, you know. So I don't know whether maybe he understands and believes in the Sundowns philosophy, but also wants to rope in his way of playing his way. Because at the end of the day, I think the teams are bigger than anyone that works for them, you know. We need to adapt to what they want, what they believe in. And they need to also listen to the cries of the fans to say, he must give us what we know, what we are used to. You know, but we can't take away that they've been doing great. As much as they did not win the CAF, but they were in the final, and it happens. Maybe it's not yet the right time for a South African team to put in a second star. We don't know when it's coming. But in that space of Sundowns dominating CAF, I think they're raising the flag of South Africa very high. So we need to give props to what they are doing as well.
The other thing that is making the face angry is the Peter Shalila story.
Also,
Hey, this
can
thing
we
of
quickly...
He must play. The guy must play. Last season, this guy's been sitting on 2 goals to break a record, not playing.
Can we also just, and this is just me, maybe give flowers to that era, the Sundowns, for Pito, Manoba, the whole group, no, Coach Rulani, what they were able to do in the time they did it. From when Pito started to when it all ended, most recently when Khuliso came in, it was all South African coaches. It was very South African football. The type of football we as South Africans love to watch. Passing,
so it shows that we have our own.
We have our own, and our own works for us, because it worked even with the national team, where we used so many Sundowns players at the AFCON. That era is gone now. But can we now start to thank Sundowns and those people
We like
for what
giving
they
flowers
did?
late, eh?
Yeah, just acknowledge what we had. For a good 10 years, we had beautiful South African football by South Africans and for South Africans. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
100%.
But you know why Rulani left? To get an European to supervise him.
There you go.
All right.
Black excellence gone right there.
You know why Coach Khuliso really left earlier?
Yeah.
That one from Barcelona wanted to come and supervise him. He said, no ways. He said, if this guy comes here, I'm leaving.
So
can't-
it means we must, if there's
Our
technical
way is not necessarily
directors,
bad.
we must get our own.
Our way is not necessarily bad. We proved it.
Yeah. No,
This kid's alive.
let's hope the teams are listening.
There's a
Let's-
thing happening
Thank you.
behind the scenes there with the technical director.
Which one? Sundowns.
It seems like you don't want to tell us. He knows more.
You know what? Who the first were shouting there to report on Saturday? That technical director.
So they also know.
They were after 2 heads. The word is they were after 2 heads, not just 1 head.
Do you know that I'm not sure about this one, but they were not scouting their chan. They were watching transfer room.
Oh, and by the way, let's just make clear, we recorded this before the Chiefs Sundowns game.
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
So we don't know what's going to happen.
We don't
Before
know.
the
By the time
Pirates
this
all
comes out, just make that clear, put it out there. Otherwise, we'll be commenting on that as well.
With no hand side of what's happening between Sundowns
And
and
Nabi
Chiefs.
is back, hey? I'm so excited.
But I'm surprised that Chiefs are not happy that their coach is back. I don't know what's happening.
Wow.
I guess, what's the saying? What's the saying when the cat's away, the mouse is
But they are not happy that the man is back. I saw him there. Serious to watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chiefs
Doesn't
are
really fit them.
Yeah.
They say these two must continue.
Yeah, no.
They are
because
happy with the
3 out of
two.
3 is so far.
But
tough.
I mean, the
a while
guys who said it at the press conference that the coach was on a Zoom every morning.
They
for
take
training.
orders from them.
Yes.
So he will continue where he left off, right?
Of course.
We
Or
all
maybe
agree?
he must continue coaching with Zoom.
Yeah, from home. Work from home.
You guys are terrible. What do you eat?
But it works. I mean, we saw in the COVID.
If it's not broken.
We saw in the COVID. People are working from home now. You know, that's what companies started adapting to. It's the new norm.
Yeah, so maybe it works better that way. Crazy. All right, we're going to wrap it up because we are officially out of time. I want to find out from you, which player do you think is going to surprise us this season?
There's a lot. There's a lot, to
Give
be
me
honest.
3.
You know, a lot of people would say I'm biased when I mention Osibelebele, and I don't want to mention him because he's been doing it.
For sure, yes.
He's been doing it
seasons.
seasonals,
Yeah.
you know. But I would say he's a good watch. There's a boy that I saw from Orbit College, and he's a loanee from Orlando Pirates, by the way. I hope Orbit can do good so that that boy can show up.
Yeah.
He was a marvel to watch, you know. And also, I'm enjoying seeing Ucele doing what he does at
Yes,
Chiefs.
yes,
He's
100%.
commanding.
Yeah.
You can see that he's starting to enjoy his game. He's playing freely. He's excellent.
Yeah.
And the young Fabian, you know,
For sure.
ah,
Trust you
so-
to have two from your childhood club, but it's
which
okay.
childhood clubs?
I'm not saying anything. I think that's good enough.
I mean, I broke into the PSL when I'm old, so childhood should do a shop back.
That is true. That is true.
No, club lobo ithandza kasi sasemncane. That club.
No, no,
It's okay.
that's my mom's team now because I grew up supporting Chiefs. Everyone knows.
Yes. So,
You know, so yeah, I mean, let's give them a fair chance. The players were not performing well. They were criticized. Now they are doing good. Let them get their flowers.
and the country is happy, which is fantastic for all of us.
When Chiefs wins, man,
Bruh,
everything is nice.
like, everything is nice.
Ngathi yonke into ingayehla, petrol price, the bread,
Man.
you know. Yeah.
The
There's a
money
vibe. There's a vibe around the country.
Yeah.
I really want to see. I want to see Chiefs stay in there, the top in the top half
Yes.
for the better part of the season. It will create.
I think they will. Mina,
it's
I want
very,
to see.
very important.
I want to see Chiefs winning, playing the old Chiefs way.
Sure.
And also, I want to see Sundowns rattled. I want someone to go to just keep on pushing to see how this Sundowns is going to react.
And shout out to Stellenbosch, by the way.
Yes.
Good luck for them in the final. You've got players that are doing well. God's will, the Nigerian right back.
Yes.
I like Mtaka left back. I like
Stanich.
the new central defender, the big
he's
from
dope.
Belgium.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
him
the
as
left
well.
centre back.
Like him as well. So
They
their
have-
recruitment,
they have top
Stellenbosch is
players.
great recruitment.
There's this
I
boy
have to
that
give them a
scored
heads
now
up.
in their last game who plays as an 8.
Yes. I see
He's
the
also a brilliant watch, and they
Yeah.
have that one, number 11.
Chichi,
I almost
Kiba.
forgot that boy when number 11 is Stellenbosch. I forgot the surname.
Yeah.
Did you
But
see the assist of the season from Ungu? Stellenbosch in the first leg semi-final.
He's already
against
giving
England.
assist of the season.
I'm telling you, man. I picked it up, runs past two players, and with the outside of the
So
boot.
even a few games.
I'm
man,
telling
relax.
you.
For me, which player to watch?
why is it assist of the season actually?
Because he picked it up
That's it,
in his own half, ran through two players, got over the halfway line, and with the outside of the boot, curled it to a player, to Titus coming from the other side around the defense.
Why didn't I get it when I gave Lodge?
I know I said it, Jay, you didn't hear it. No, no, I didn't say that.
I'm saying now. You know, I'm saying now.
Yeah.
Sundowns, Pirates, Chiefs prepare 20 million. End of the season, that's what it's going to cost you to buy Muse Muhle Kanye from Stellenbosch.
Yes,
That
sir.
boy.
That striker from NFD.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. On the money. Yeah.
They must
saying
speak to their bank manager now.
Yes.
Even
start
Because
putting
I
the
know
funds.
one of these three teams is going to buy the ball.
Nabopta, and then
Top,
so many players in
Hey,
Stellenbosch.
Stellenbosch guys, yo.
Yeah, Stellenbosch. Shout out
And
to them.
it's gonna be an interesting final because it's a repeat.
Did you see how my boy Steve Barker laughed when he was like, revenge? What I know now, I'm like, go Barker. So I'm looking for, yeah.
Like what I know now.
Yeah, knowing what I
And
know now.
Coach Barker,
he's
he
brilliant.
deserves to get his flowers.
Yeah.
guys. He's-
Nah?
From tax
Tax,
days,
my man.
I mean,
Tax, my man.
He used
one
to coach
and
in the Air
he's
Force.
South
there,
African
the-
also, no?
Yeah,
I
he's
think
South
was he
African.
born in the suit?
He was, yeah, but he's South African.
South African, but yeah, probably myself.
Yeah, he's
yeah,
one
used
of
to
our
coach
Lesotho
the-
is South Africa.
yeah. Another South African coach again, doing well. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
He used to coach the Air Force there in the army
Yeah, I know.
before he came to these things of the.
No problem, as long as he's coaching the boys and they're doing
Yeah,
what
no,
they're
he's a
doing.
top coach.
And besides that, he's improving players.
Which is
Look at
important.
at the
Young
Titus
players.
performances. Look at the Adams. Look at the Pasadena after they went into his hands. The list can go on.
Yeah.
You know, Zungus, they come from his hands.
Rainers.
True.
Rainers. I mean, let's compliment the coach for the work he's doing.
Completely agree.
I'm sure it's 2 hours
See
now,
Vale now. I know. I'm saying Vale, like I said. At this point, we're gonna go
But
for
you see,
longer.
the thing is, talking football,
It's nice.
not the well. Let me
Wait, I'm lost. I'm a bit lost. No, please clarify.
Must we leave him
those
lost?
ones, Also, if you have Twitter, will finish me.
X. Jeez, X.
It's
Not Twitter, it's X.
Oh,
Jeez,
well
come on
done,
now.
So 1010 Mabena, thank
Yo.
you for joining us. And it was great, right, influencer? Yeah, no.
You save the best for last.
Save the best for last.
He's an influencer. He must rope me in there.
Ask him what is he influencing. That's how we wrap up the show. It's been absolutely great. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Goodbye.
Click.
Yeah. Bang!
Bye.
I forgot, but. I don't know.